What's up, guys? It's Black and back with some more RA content, jumping into Masters Division again. Some quick announcement: Rattle Season 3 is already back into action again. It's going to come this December, so the signups are open. Go ahead and get your team together and get out there because Orb and I are back, and it's going to be pretty interesting. We had a pretty good season last time. I thought it was a lot of fun, and hopefully we get some more players this time. The teams were pretty good last season, but unfortunately we had some people drop and some ads, and the kind of mid-schedule a little bit weird. Rather just have a bunch of people if we can get it in there. But in the top, playing as Russia, it is Cav in his away pink color. Looks like he's going for a double ref just by the number of rifles he's got going out there. And then in the bottom, in his typical maroon color, it is Unano playing as Ukraine. So we got a Soviet versus Soviet showdown right here. We're on Westworld, of course, just the one oil derrick in the middle. Both players instantly going for it. Rifles first too, which is definitely the smart decision since it is the oil derrick. It looks like Cav's got a better position since Unano is just wasting some of his rifles early, 300-0. But if Cav starts to push in, it could be bad. I mean, he's got the numbers for sure. But once these rifles start to solidify and get stacked, then it could be a lot more dangerous. You can see that Cav just instantly losing a bunch of rifles right there. Now it's even again. Unano is up, but Cav does have the engineer out, and he is capping. There is a dog that's a little late, but it's actually in bad position. It looks like it's starting in a better position. Cav's not gonna get this oil derrick off. Engineer gets retreating, and the dog is gonna die. Ooh, that sucks, but he does have rifles. Paid for itself, I guess. 1700, 1100, so clean sweep there. Can go for the engineer now, but he's gonna have to have some more rifles too. Sells off the cannon, which is always good. Split his refiners, which is always an interesting thing. I'm not sure if that's the call that I make. Cav is more the call that I'm gonna go for. The only problem is like when you do this, you have to make sure that your harvesters are harvesting efficiently. Sometimes they'll like harvest over here and then they'll want to go down here, and then suddenly you have all your harvesters down here. You want to make sure they're spreading out, getting that ore and eating it efficiently. Got a lot of spectators in here, or just 3, I guess. It's Fazar, BD, and Unlucky Luke. So this is probably one of the more expected games in Masters this season. I mean, we have Happy and Bane and Moods, assuming Moods isn't forfeited by the time this video comes out, but Unano always a threat in the Masters. Seems to be somewhere in the mid pack, and takes games off players unexpectedly, which changes the results sometimes. But he's always got a chance to get into that playoffs one way or another. So he's got these rockets out right here. He's got the oil derrick, which is nice. Not really what else to do for that engineer except for maybe a late cap, but he's just gonna sit around. Cav not even building rocket starters right now, which is kind of interesting. Both players on that third ref. Looks like Cav's about 7 seconds ahead, which is kind of interesting. Maybe it's just because I have that kennel, and it's gonna slow you down, especially if you don't do the cell. It looks like obviously Unano did not do the cell since he split his refs. That's one of the downsides of that, doing that too. The upside is if you get like an early push and they kill your ref, then you have an extra ore field. Or if you sold your ref, then you're gonna have no ref, and that's gonna hurt. But that really hasn't happened since like season 4, season 5. I think people just got better at scouting, better at protecting, and then ooh, Cav instantly losing a flak truck there. That's pretty atypical of him. Looks like he might be a little bit on the rustier side for this game. I mean, it is early in the season when this game happens, so it's always a possibility that rust is an issue for Cav since he pretty much shows up, plays Raggle, usually wins Raggle, and then dips out until the next season. So I don't think I've ever seen him play RA after a season. Maybe once the ladder was kicking off, he would play ladder, but ladder nowadays is not so hot as it used to be. So Cav usually just ends. I don't know what these guys are talking about. Unexpected position of army. What a generic reply. Yeah, I have no idea what they're talking about. I'm just gonna focus on the game. EPC going in here for Unano just to see what Cav's got. I do like this. He's not going to see too much. He might try to block the refinery. That's not going to do too much. Does see the SD, which is going to be nice. And needs to get that EPC out of there. Yeah, it's going to get out of there fine. Cav has already harvested all of his ore on that side. That's actually not great. I mean, he's got a lot here. He's going to have to quickly expand, which it looks like he is. The engineer is going to try to cap that ref, and Cav's not paying attention. This could be totally work. He's really focused on the APC, and yeah, unless he sells a power plant, that ref is going to go down. That's actually a nice little grab for that engineer. Yeah, absolutely just get it out and save it for later. Gonna lose the APC. I mean, I guess trading APC for a ref's not terrible. Cav's eco is going to hurt a little bit, and Unano at the same time. He's a little bit slower on his expansion. He's got a little bit more eco left, so he's fine. But he's got, seems like a lot more army. Yeah, about 700 more, which isn't too much, but both players have one tank out, so tank counts are about the same. He's going back in with the engineer. He's going to get another power plant. I don't think Cav's aware of this. He does have defense ready, so he should be able to stop it, but nope, he's missing it. That's power plant. That's not going to put him low power, but it's going to be really close. And yeah, I mean, with that rifle shooting off, yeah, you probably don't want the engineer, and Cav sees this time. That engineer definitely paid more for itself. $300 for the ref, $100 for the power plant, or $30 for the power plant because of 300. So yeah, Cav's in a little bit of a sticky situation here. The difference is he does have this defender's advantage, and Unano has the same tank count as him, so attacking into Cav in a defensive position like this is always risky. He's pretty good at defending, and he's got some world-class crushing on his side, so you always got to be careful. If he doesn't have tanks, absolutely go for it, but I'd be very wary of going into Cav when he's fully expected. 3 tanks out for him now, and his 3rd tank's a little bit lagging behind. But he does have 2 expansions out, which is actually really nice, so he's going to start floating on eco really soon. And his Rax count's pretty much the same as Cav's, actually, just because Cav had to expand again, drop another ref. Now he's going to push out here. I do like Unano's position a little bit better, just because this ref here, I mean, take here, drop a flame tower, and then push here. Ooh, tank going down early for, that's not good. Yeah, Cav's got a pretty good concave here. But he's going to fight by the Ozordic, which is good. But he's pushing those tanks too far forward. Yeah, Cav's going to go in here. He's going to get some crushes just because it's Cav. But it's actually winning a little early there. This is still going to be relatively even, but he's got a little bit more chunk of an army left. Last of Unano's army is just getting whittled away now. Army value somehow double for Cav now. He's going to push Unano all the way back, yeah. That was just a decent concave for Cav. Unano's tanks were a little too far forward, and they got killed off. And he's trying to save this tank now, which is probably a good idea, but it's actually going to go down just... Oh, never mind. Cav's own rockets killing his tank. So now Unano's on the defensive. Cav needs to push back. He's going to go for his expansion here, which is good, but Cav, or Unano rather, is kind of aware of it. He is repairing that tank, which is good to see. But he's definitely going to get at least a Harvester for his trouble if he wants to really push in. Oh, Flame Tower missing his prime rocket target. Good second burst there, though. 3rd burst is okay, too. He's got 2 more Flame Towers going out. Yeah, Cav gets 1 Harvester at the very minimum. He's actually going to get a tank first troubleshoot, which is not bad either. Never mind. Last rocket goes down. So now Cav needs to retreat. He's going to send that tank back. Unano is retreating that tank, which is good too. Cav expands here, so Cav's all flush on his expansions, or Unano is a little bit slower behind. Now Cav's going to rotate to the left and attack this left side. Unano is ready with the rally point, but he does not have forces there. In fact, his forces are very, very spread out. Yeah, exactly what I just said. Sorry, thank you. Unano's going to go on a little flank there, but there's a flame tower. That's going to be good later. He's up to tier 2, which is nice, but yeah, he doesn't have anything to deal with this right now. Doesn't have a defense ready. This MCV is actually in trouble. He actually needs to move it away right about now. Although it looks like Cav's just going to go for the eco. Not a bad idea. I mean, he's going to be able to kill pretty much everything without impunity here, because Unano is not rotating over. That Harvester not going to get out of dodge. That Harvester maybe going to get away if he keeps moving, but that heavy tank might hunt it down. Has a flame tower. Yeah, it does not get its full value, just kills rifles, but, everything he can whittle away there is good. Same time, of course, Cav comes back on the right. Typical 1-2 punch. This time, Unano is going to try to move that MC away. It is going to get away for now, but I don't think he moved it quite far enough, and these heavy tanks might actually just hunt everything down there. Nope, they stop on the refinery. That's still a great idea. This heavy tank actually probably sees the MCV there, and now they're going to go in again. This little attack over here is finally getting wielded up, but this is the main thing to focus on. Yeah, this MCV is dead. Did not retreat far enough. Good flame tower, but unfortunately it's going to go down too. Does not get its value again. Once again, only killing rocket soldiers. A little unfortunate there. And suddenly, Unano is in a bunch of trouble. This heavy tank got through too, which is not great. You always got to be really careful and try to hunt those down as much as possible. But yeah, this is a lot of force just coming in here on your back door. And as soon as Unano rotates over here, you can already see it in the wings. Looks like there's a little attack over here by Unano that flanked around. I think they tried to go there, but the flame towers killed them. Unano rotating to the left, just as the army hits the right. That harvester is dead. And Unano does not have enough to defend this, actually. Especially with his tanks in the back like they are. He's going to lose all of his rifles, and Cav's got plenty of rockets there to deal with these heavy tanks. Not focusing out the dead heavy tanks first. They finally go down, but loses 2 heavy tanks in the process. It's 2 to 3 now, and it's 1 rocket each, I think. They're both firing on the wrong things. I mean, Unano's on the heavy tank now, but yeah. And once again, this tank flank on the left side goes back to the right. Yeah, Unano's kind of getting picked apart here by Cav. It's going pretty good for him. Cav sent a lot of units to deal with out of the back, but it looks like there's another attack here by Unano that I missed, but it doesn't look like it was too effective. Maybe kill the harvester. He lost 2 heavy tanks, and Cav was able to push back. Cav's up to tier 2. I just saw that yak come out. Another harvester going down here, another harvester going down right there. It might get away, barely. And Unano goes in and calls it GG. Yeah, that's a little bit early, I think, but Cav was definitely pretty much on his game. He's already up tier 3 too. If Unano saw that, that's definitely a good time to throw it in the towel, just because you know you're behind in harvesters, you know you're behind in army value at that rate. So looking pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty bad. I mean, not much Unano could do there. He just got a little out rotated by Cav, and he had a good early start with the engineer and everything. I think he waited a little too long. I mean, Cav was there for it too, so he probably made the correct decision not to go in. Maybe attack up by the engineer, that could have been good, but that's something you have to kind of have the scout for, and scouting with Soviet's early army is hard, especially when you don't have that flak or ranger or flak or APC alive to really get that good scouting info for you. So well played by Cav. We'll jump into game 2. Alright, so we're back here in game 2 this time. Cav is UK and Unano is Ukraine. We are on Pleasant Plains. I've seen this map a lot, actually. I played it a lot myself. I like this map. It's pretty straightforward, nothing too big at all. Just got the one other, which is kind of interesting. And we'll have to see what happens. Unano has a chance, I think. I mean, this is not a very good map for Cav, I'd say. Just because it's very, not a whole lot for him to do. I feel like it kind of hems him in a little bit. And, I mean, Cav's good enough that he can play on any map, so it's not going to matter too much. But just maybe like a slight less favorable percentage than the last map for Cav. So, see both players go on engineer first, which is, you know, easily. I don't even think a dog can get, maybe a dog could get there if you put his power plant here and the kennel right here. Can maybe get there, but Cav would have been on top of it anyway, sends it a rifle across. So it's very safe to go engineer first. Very safe to do a war factory first in this map. The only problem is there's just not a whole lot of eco to do war factory first on this one. It's very low. I think it's only like 21,000 or something like that. You do have your nice little easy natural expo right there in these 2 single mines, so war factory first, it does do okay, but you just got to be careful with the eco, not run out before you expand. Maybe move that main MCV rather than build an MCV and go tank first, which you can totally do, which I like doing, especially this season. I think it's pretty good. Looks like Cav's doing war factory first, actually, and Unano is doing with double ref, so we are seeing a little bit of that divergent build, and we'll have to see how it works out for Cav. I do see some gruns out here for Unano. Cav's actually really well scouted right now. I mean, all those paths for the Grens are pretty much seen, although these 2 might actually get through. Only gets the 1 shot off, but does have a rifle back here. If Unano goes in right now, they're going to die just because that 1 rifle. 2 Grens can kill a rifle, but with the vision advantage, it's going to be very hard. Although Unano is going to get some shots off on the power plant. This Gren, unfortunately, running all the way through, is going to see the engineer and then get killed by the rifle. 1 more burst and dead. Rifle just chilling here on a scout position. Another rifle there. So Grens did not do too much. I mean, it was only 2 Grens, so basically 300 worth. But what did Cav just do right there? He went war factory first. He sold a ref. Now he's gonna have to build a 3rd ref. So that's a very strange build order. Cav, I don't know. That's kind of not the point of war factory first, I don't feel like. you're gonna have to build that second ref, and you're not gonna have Raxes as much, so you're just gonna be outscaled by a classic double ref build. You know, on the other hand, that's a really interesting war factor position. It's very deep in your base, which is something that I know that Orb used to like to do. I don't know if he still does. But he used to like to have it very protected, since it is a very important structure, but at the same time, like, your MC is going to be that much farther to get to there, your tanks are going to be that much slower to get to the front line, and since you are Soviets, your speed of tanks does matter. But Unano is just going to move out his MC, which, you know, totally fine with doing. That means he's going to be on some APCs for a while. Going to deploy it a little bit closer than he needs to, but that's totally okay too. If you deploy it right here, you can still kind of cover this part of your base with defenses. Yeah, you can see, like, you can't really cover here, and your ref's out of position there, so yeah, he's going to probably start pumping out some Raxes at the same time. Cav is just now getting an SD, so he's going to have some tanks faster, unless he goes MCV first, which he probably is going to. Yep, MCV first. His war factory was idle a little bit. He has 6 harvesters. That's way too many harvesters for this amount of eco. Like, he's gonna have a lot of here since he has 4 here, but he's actually gonna struggle on eco against Unano, and I imagine Unano has 6 harvesters too, so who knows. But I assume once the mains are dried up, Unano's actually gonna have a higher income earn. Unano is about 5,500 behind, almost a K behind, but yeah, he's pretty much already overtaking Cav. But again, that'll change in a second. I mean, he does have 2 harvesters already going to expansion, which is nice. He is building a ref, and it's pretty good timing. This harvester might want to try to go back, but he's gonna have to start flipping out racks. He's only on 2, and it's minute 4:30. That's a little bit low on your army macro. Yeah, I mean, Cav only has 3, but he's got his MCV out now. His ref timing is gonna be pretty good, and he's gonna have to transfer 3 of those harvesters. Really doesn't need the 2 over here. I mean, he can because there's still some, but just transfer right now. There's a lot more there. Scout from Unano killing Cav's scout right there. Do like this pillbox, it's going to shut down any attack there unless it's got a tank in good position. And Cav does maybe think there's an attack coming here. I mean, it's reasonable to expect that if you see your scouts getting cleaned up. But that medium tank's going to push back. BD wants Unano to do an SD, but Unano's just going to do some APCs, kind of Andrew style. Get up to 7 racks and a lot of APCs, go for crushes, which can be really effective. APCs do have that extra health rather than a light tank, so they can get some few more crushes in, and actually I think they might be faster than light tanks. I could have to double check on that though. Army value is a little bit ahead for Unano. This could be really good if he catches his MCV. He's on top of it. Cav's army is a little too far away, but I don't think there's quite enough DPS for that flak to actually kill the MCV. If you're in Unano and you do catch this, you start rotating your army over. You know there's going to be an army there. You can pull it out of position, have it chase that flak, and then run straight into your army. Just kind of like that. His tanks would have been out of position. He'll get out a really good engagement there. But you know, that's something that it's very hard to think of in the moment. All you can think about is, oh, can he get this MCV? That'd be a really good win. But Unano's in a very interesting position here. Cav's army's kind of split in the north. He's got a lot of armies deathballing. I mean, he would have some trouble with pillboxes, and there is an APC in the Bane. But he can take a pretty free engagement here if he really wants to. I like this Flax that's spoken. He looks like he's going to go to this army in the north. And Unano could have a pretty good engagement here if he splits. It looks like he's doing pretty good. APC is going to go in for the crushes now. Yeah, he's going to get some great crushes there. Still got 2 APCs live, which is great. He needs a 3rd one coming in. Now Cav's going to try to return the favor with crushes to see how good his crushes can be. Gets decent ones, but loses a lot of tanks right before. And, you know, once again, APC instantly goes down. He needs to back out now. There's pillboxes. He's going to lose all that army. But he's still somehow taking another MC, another medium tank rather going down. Czar staying some stuff. He doesn't reinforce. Yeah. I mean, that's another common thing. You don't really reinforce with the army. Like, either have your rally points or just doing that W select to get your reinforcements back in there. That can help you sustain a fight. But at the same time, sometimes you just want that army to hit somewhere else. But again, Cav's pretty well prepared there too. Pillboxes there now. Do like the little power snipe there. That is going to hurt since Cav was already up to tier 2. And as long as Unano can keep these medium tank numbers down like he's doing, Cav has exactly 0 medium tanks right now. This APC flak combo thing that he's doing will actually work really well. And just flak still poking up with that hard strip there. Yeah, Unano has so much more army value. That's actually scary. 10,000 to 2,000. That is way above what you need to push through. Cav's in a lot of trouble right here now. Black, unfortunately, going to go down to a single rocket soldier. He's going to try to go here now. I don't think Unano knows that he cleaned up so much of Cav's army. I think he's just thinking that, you know, he maybe took a slight advantage there, or he's maybe about even, but if this heavy tank gets on the front, this attack will be okay. I mean, you know, we'll have to face pillbox micro, but he's got more than enough rockets there, I think, to deal with that. Blackhawk's coming out for Cav now soon with the helipads out. He's going to have a secondary army come up there at the top. What Unano really needs to do is he really needs to expand again. Third pillbox now. Let's see how good the pillbox fire is. Nope, he's just going to push in with a heavy tank. That's not a terrible idea, although that Harvester is actually going to get away. He's going to lose the heavy tank, which is not great at all. Cav's already starting to catch up. 7,000, 17,000, and 10,000 now, so pretty much cut that army value down. First Blackhawk now, it's going to get a lot of good value. I mean, it's actually kind of bold of Cav to do a Blackhawk build right now, since he does know that Unano has flaks out, and that first flak does kill the Blackhawk, but that heavy tank's a little too far out of position, loses so much of its health. Second one, a little too far out of position too. But you think he's going to have a great engagement here just because of the concave. Oh, if that flak was targeting the Blackhawk, that would have been really good. Blackhawk does go down eventually. But once again, Unano has to deal with 3 medium tanks. I mean, he has the army, but that heavy tank is so low, he can't really engage in with it as armor. He needs to retreat back. He also really needs to expand. He's kind of stuck on this one base play, and he's out of money right now. He's got a few K float left, but it's going to quickly disappear. Yeah, I think he is playing pretty good. He needs to kind of focus and let up on the attack just a little bit so you can get your eco going, and then you'd probably be in a better position, but I think he just wants to press. And he actually might catch this MCV out right now. Another Blackhawk is going to be pretty good here. Yeah, unfortunately, again, that heavy tank just a little too far out of position. But Unano has such a great army right here that all these tanks are going to go down. Not a single crush so far. Absolutely envelops the army. Blackhawk goes down too. Focus MCV, that's great. MCV goes down. Harvester's already dead there. Alright, missed out of the background. Oh, Harvester down here. Absolutely getting 2 Harvesters, maybe 3 if Cav's not paying attention. Cav should be paying attention, but we'll have to see. That Harvester's definitely going to go down. And Unano's going to push through in the middle. That could be good too. Should probably retreat that tank and combine down here. I think that would be a great play. Finally going to move out his MCV here. He's moving both MCV at the same time, though. That's a problem. He's going to attack, and yeah, he's going to have a pretty bad engagement once that heavy tank goes down, and it goes down. Harvester is going to go down, but he's going to lose a lot of the army just because the pillbox is there. Yeah, just trying to retreat out, but he's still losing a lot of army. Looks like at least one more Harvester goes down there. He's going to get a medium tank for trouble. Another attack here in the middle. Kill the pillboxes. Don't worry about the Harvesters so much. Yep. And just kill that ref, and that's going to deny the eco there for a little while. Another Blackhawk here, going to chip away at the army. Kind of showing that Cav's Blackhawk, there's a flak there, so it's going to go down again. Nope. Going to get away, and it's flak going to push it away. Yeah, combine these 2 armies together since, you know, that one doesn't have a armor support, and then you can go back in and shake that. Cav is, he's in a lot of trouble. He's down to 2 harves here, 2 harves here. And Unano has an MC here, which is doing nothing, and an MCV there is just doing nothing. I mean, he's going to finally get that expo, which is going to help him a lot since he is starting to struggle. He needs to get these 2 heavy tanks in the front, and that whole eco right there is going to go down. And at the same time, though, Cav's trying to attack. Nope, he's going to retreat. He's going to go clean that army. Unano does not have a whole lot of army to deal with this, but at the same time, Cav has nothing to deal with this, so pillbox is going down. Harvester is going to get away. Just kill the ref. You know, if you're retreating, if you see him retreat that early, just kill the ref. That's going to dine the eco. He's going to keep pushing in there now. Cav's going to rotate to defend, and Unano's going to be fine. Oh, where did he place his ref? I thought he had a ref ready. Maybe not. That's unfortunate. Those Harvesters are going to go all the way back. I want going all the way to the north. Cav's going to stick around. He's trying to save his radar. I mean, he doesn't really need the radar unless he was trying to build tech center, but doesn't look like he is. Harvester is so close to getting killed by that heavy tank. It actually might go down. Yep. Nice. Cav's really trying to push his army, but I think Unano would have enough there to deal with it, especially with his reinforcements, but unfortunately they are going right into the path of the pillbox, and all those infantry are going to go down. I like to use the spy plane there to know he has it, but the problem is he's just having really struggle to actually get into this fight. Now Cav's going to turn on him, and this could be really bad for Unano if he loses this fight right here. It looks like he is going to lose it rather convincingly. Army value is still ahead, but Cav has called back pretty much to even now. 9,000 is 8,600. Cav is somehow doing his genius of staying alive on eco on just 2 bases pretty much that are completely empty. And Unano really needs to settle down, rally up that army again. He's going to move that MC to the top. I think just leave the MC there at that rate, just kind of cut off the middle would be good. He wants more eco, which is fine, but if this attack gets through by Cav unprotected, then I don't know. Unano is going to be in some serious hurt if he loses this expo. Heavy tank goes down there in the back, and Cav is here unprotected. This is all of Unano's eco. This is not great at all. Looks like Unano's going to go and kill the radar dome, but again, his eco is what's important right now. And those medium tanks are going to one-ray the MCV, going to track it down, that's going to die. Everything's just focused on the MCV. This flame tower is just going to get some free value, but actually doesn't get a whole lot of good value at all. Radar going to go down there for Cav, but again, you can still build block clocks without the radar dome. But yeah, Unano losing all, just these 3 harvesters back just at the wrong time. MCV does stay alive, which is nice, but you know, losing that eco is a pretty big blow. And another harvester going to come down here just to die. That's unfortunate. Actually going to get away just because Cav was moving away to kill the ref, but this MCV is going to get found out with this heavy tank or medium tank, and that's not great at all. Unano really needs that MCV to stay alive. This attack over here not going so great. Cav about to take over an army value. Looks like he was whittling down all the rocket soldiers too. Yeah, gonna lose an MCV. That is brutal. Got another F here, which is nice, so he's gonna locust harvest that in just a second. No rockets left in that blob. Gotta be very careful. These flaks are actually gonna be very valuable just to kill those Blackhawks. Unano gonna rotate down here with a really big army, but Cav is kind of deathballing right now, so this army needs to combine down here. That would be wonderful to help. He's got a yak here that he hasn't been using. He could totally be using that to scout right now. Looks like he used a spy plane right here to see what there was. Didn't really see much, actually. And once again, Cav's harvester is going to get away. That's going to make all the difference. Blackhawk's going to kill all those rockets again. Nope. Runs out of ammo. Crashes onto the refinery, but Cav's army is there to collapse. And Unano is going to lose that army, and now he's going to be behind in army count. Does kill off 3 medium tanks before he dies, so that was nice, but this attack over here is going to get some harvesters, sure. But again, right down here was, I mean, I don't know. Cav's once again in trouble with eco. He's got 3 harvesters left. He's got 2 harvesters over here. If he can get another ref out, that'll be great for him, but Unano needs to expand again over here, keep this army with him. 2 heavy tanks over here. Probably should just go all the way out. He's probably going to try to go in right here. Nope. Yep, good. Try to go all the way out. Just keep them alive. Those are so valuable at this rate. Big army for Cav. Gonna find this harvester maybe. Yep, it's not gonna get away. But that does clue Unano in that he needs to come over here on the side. So it looks like he's gonna use that yak. Harvester actually does get away. These heavy tanks are slowly getting whittled down and then on the back. I screwed up my mouse, and now my DPS is super high, which sucks. Can't fix that in game. I have to wait. I don't know. This attack could go good for Unano, but Cav's got a lot on that right side. It's gonna be pretty close. Unano needs to use that yak. It's actually gonna go down. Oh, that's unfortunate. And it looks like Unano has 4 rifles in that blob, so that's actually unfortunate. But a lot of Cav's rifles and rockets are actually shooting not on the tank, but still he's gonna clean through there. Cav's probably gonna retreat that army. 2 heavy tanks just chilling in the middle. Unano once again very slow to expand. Needs to do that again. Yeah, Cav taking over on the army advantage now. Blackhawk actually going to be really nice there just for the vision, but unfortunately, Unano have the same vision and unprotected. Infantry will always lose to infantry with vision. Unano trying to expand here, which is good. I mean, most of the eco on this map is pretty mined out. Cav expanding again too, so Cav's just been a little bit better on expanding. Mammoth's out for Unano right now. That could be pretty good. The problem is he's so behind on army value that these mammoth tanks are actually going to slow him down. Oh, and he's not retreating it too, so that first mammoth actually going to go down. Doesn't even get that much value. I don't think it got 200 worth. Looks like a paradrop going down in the back, but Cav's just gonna be able to push through here. Oh, this parabombs could be pretty good though. We'll have to see. Oh, it's actually gonna be really good. That killed off a lot of the army. Yeah, getting some of those rockets left. Second mammoth tank's actually gonna be able to deal with this, but he's gonna lose 2 harvesters for it, and that sucks. At the same time, looks like Cav's MC went down on the bottom, which is pretty good. And Unano does have this suspension up in the top. Needs to get these heavy tanks in the front because there is a pillbox sneakily in the back. And it looks like unfortunately not going to happen because heavy tanks are stupid. And all that rifle is going to go down early in front. Another Blackhawk coming here is actually going to get the last rocket too, so it's going to be free to do what it wants. Yeah, this is a really breakneck game. Really close. Army values are back to even once again. Cav's got some tank flanks going on. Those are always harder to deal with as Soviets, especially in the late game. Medium tanks will run down those harvesters. He's got 2 of them here too, which is, you know, quite impactful. Those 2 tanks gonna get out of dodge because there is a lot of Cav's army there to block him. Cav's got, or Unano rather, has 2 yaks. Probably needs to stop building a 3rd one since it's gonna get so low on cash. Yeah, he's gonna lose at least one of these harvesters. Probably this one over here, maybe the second one over here, because this mammoth tank is so slow. And there goes 1 harvester down. That sucks. There goes 2 harvesters down. Yeah, the mammoths are good, but like at the same time, Cav just has the numbers to deal with them, I think. I mean, even though the army values are pretty close, if I can find them again. 14,000 to 11,000, so really Cav just needs some tier 3 and some raider jammers, and that'll really cut down on the mammoth's usability. But Unano is he's trying to stabilize, which it's so hard in a scrappy game like this where you're kind of spread really thin. I played games like this where you're kind of throwing on anything at the wall and see what sticks. This mammoth tank gonna get some good retreat. Just gonna kite some of those rockets out if he can. Medium tanks are gonna hunt it down, but you know, Cav's gonna clean up, but Unano's gonna trade reasonably. Fortunately, that mammoth tank did not get a tank. Ooh, that IC is in not a great position. Attack here on the flank did not go so great for Cav. Looks like he lost at least 2 medium tanks, a little bit more. And this army on the left side is going to clean up all this. That IC, terrible position. It's going to go down. I think that actually might be his only MCV right now. Yeah, that looks like that's his only MCV, so that is definitely going to get retreated. Cav's going to see that IC and go, sure, I'll kill that. Or we'll just go for the eco since that's going to be important. Nope, does see the IC and goes for it. He's going to actually try to kill the eco too because he can. Going to get 1 harvester, and once again, Unano's eco is just in shambles. This harvester's not working. He's got no harvesters back there, so I think that actually might be a huge problem for Unano. Being on 2 harvesters is going to kill him, especially if he's still trying to produce. I do see that he cancels that, which is good, but harvester gets back to work just as medium tank shows up. That's so unfortunate. I mean, he's got 4 yaks. That's actually enough to probably kill a medium tank if he's careful. You really should be using them. Oh man, yep. Cav has a 3k float, which is nice. He's probably going to be able to expand again soon as he gets a second MC. Although it looks like Cav doesn't have an MC right now either, actually. How interesting. If he doesn't build an MC, that could be pretty bad. Yeah, Blackhawks go. Kills the 2 medium tanks there. This medium tank got scared back by some rockets. Gonna try to go back in. Nope, it's gonna go to the top. But I don't know. If Cav doesn't build an MC, then it could be pretty bad. Although if this tech center goes down because it's also in a terrible spot, this could be it for Unano right here. It's all gonna depend on this push. I don't think he has. No, prayer bombs are still emitted out. Oh, these mammoth tanks too. Although if Cav loses all his reading tanks, that could be really bad. Oh, and the yaks are there. But they're out of ammo. Oh no, they're not gonna get as much value as they could. And all of them go down. 2 more alive. Mammoth tank gonna go down. Not gonna get away, I don't think. Does get away. It needs to kite as much as it can, but there's a secondary army coming in. So it's going to go down. It's not looking good for Unano. I think he just ran out of time in eco. Oh, what a heartbreaker. Yeah, this was a great game. Tech Setting going to go down, unfortunately. Mam Tank, one more shot from the meter tank, down, and the Rockets kill it. And there's the GG. That was so close. I think Cavs just managed to withstand Unano just long enough to stabilize. Unano stabilized for a little bit, but then the eco raids came and he just never recovered after those. Cavs eco raids were phenomenal, and that really kept him in the game. Every time that Unano did expand, Cav was right there to deny it and knock it back down, and you know that make all the difference. I'm sure if I look at the eco tab, somehow Unano earned more, which is surprisingly, but in the earnings tab, you can see these wild swings where Cav was pretty steady, almost like he had the same eco, so you know there was times where he had a little bit more, a little bit less, but he kind of stabilized about 7,000, where Unano have these huge swings, and you know running with a Yak and Mammoth is expensive, so that is a wow. I mean, what a game. That was very well played out. That was very enjoyable. So yeah, we'll see you all next week.